Just one last question.
Yeah.
One thing which pops up in also further interactions with CMOs or CEOs also, I would say, is there are a lot of communities floating around.
Yeah.
What would happen if we would be one of those?
Yeah, it's a good question that, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking. And a good industry friend of mine, Jared Robin, runs a community called Rev Genius.
Yeah, I did his interview earlier.
Yeah, so Jared did this presentation at the Rev Genius conference. His keynote was, basically saying communities will come and go. Communities will uh, can disappear. What is the value of your community? There are, if we think about the cybersecurity market, there are, let's say, 10,000 vendors. In the marketing tech, arena, there are 10,000 vendors, right? If each of those vendors start a community, what is the value of that community and how big can that community get? Because as an individual, I can't join or you can't join 7,000 communities or 10,000 communities. We'd never really do that. I'm part of a 9 different communities. But of those 9 communities, there are 3 that get a lot of my time. The other ones, not so much. And while I know that there are even more communities, I know of them, but I have no participation or extremely limited participation in those. So again, it gets back to, if you're going to build a community, what value is it delivering? And is the value tied specifically to your product? Or is it tied to something greater than your product that you're helping people become better at their practice? Now, if you are a $1 billion company, right, making tons of money and you have hundreds of thousands or millions of customers, you're a Salesforce or a HubSpot or Adobe, you can build your own community and product community, and there is a lot of interaction that needs to happen in that ecosystem. But if you're a small startup company, one of the 7,000 companies under $20 million in revenue, let's say in a market, building a community that only serves your product will be of value to your company and those customers that you have, but it may be limited in nature. And as soon as your company goes away, for whatever reason, it goes out of business or gets acquired, that community may disappear. And I think the communities that have more longevity are uh, get a different answer to the question: if your company went away, would the community still exist? If I think about the work that I did with the All Day DevOps community and the work that we did at Sonatype, if All Day DevOps went away or the company Sonatype went away, the DevOps community would still exist, and the things that we were doing in that community would still be relevant. If the CMO Coffee Talk, if that community, if the company 6 Cents went away, would the CMO Coffee Talk community still be relevant? 100%. It would still be relevant because the kinds of things that they do are just more helpful to the members. And you have to think about like that kind of long lasting value in a community is something you can target. And actually, if you do that well, and I talk about there are kind of 12 rules to do that well in the book. If you do that well, you will have a bigger, longer lasting community of more value than you would just focusing on a product and focusing on a very noisy community market, if you will. Like I said, none of us have time to participate in 7,000 communities, right? So why would we pick the time to contribute time or be part of even 3 communities? What would stand out? What would make you stand out? What value and differentiation are you providing? And you really have to start with that. Some people just start with, our CEO told us to build a community. So we decided to build a community, but no one's coming. And they didn't start with the why are you building the community and what purpose will it serve and what value will someone like Derek or Ayush get out of participating in that community? And if you don't really understand that to begin with, you kind of went, it's like going out to market with a product and not having product market fit. You don't even know if you have product market fit. So you have to kind of figure out your community market fit up front and understand that value proposition if you're going to build a